this section we're going to talk about now is poetry. Now, poetry is a huge part of the Speech and Drama Festival. I think it comprises the majority of the entries that come through every year. The main point of poetry is to use your voice and focus on rhythm. Internal rhythm is very, very important, and rhyme. Rhyme isn't compulsory for poetry. You can have a narrative poem or a prose poem that is still poetry. For younger students, it's often easier to use a poem that has a bit of rhyme and rhythm in it because they can then learn it a bit easier and enjoy it a bit more, because it starts to come across more as a piece of music as opposed to just words. However, that said, you've got to really avoid doing something which is called the sing-song in poetry, or some people refer to it as the hobby horse, where your rhythm or your rhyme is repeated so it becomes boring to listen to. So for example, I'll use a very famous poem by Rudyard Kipling called If, and the rhythm, you'll hear the rhythm if I overdo it, which is, if you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. And you can hear that sing-songy rhythm coming through. So if you're going to pick a poem with a very strong rhythm or rhyme scheme in it, you want to really switch it up. And by switch it up, I mean you want to really focus on the meaning of the poem as opposed to the rhythm and rhyme of the poem. So if we were to take those two lines again, we would put more emphasis on certain parts of the poem. So, if you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. And so you can see the rhythm then is broken up a little bit without losing it completely.
The Accident by Anonymous. A drunk man in an Oldsmobile, they said, had run the light that caused a 6-car pileup on 109 that night. A mother trapped inside her car was heard above the noise. Her plaintive plea near split the air. "Oh God, please spare my boys." She fought to loose her pinned hands. She struggled to get free. But mangled metal held her fast in grim captivity.